If not finishing a game has ever happened to you, let me know. Hi, I am William Hohen, and I'm here to talk about games I thought I'd loved, but quickly lost interest in. I think giving a game 1 hour of my time should be enough to tell me if the game is for me or not, because not every game is for everybody. So here I chose 5 games that I've played somewhat recently that I really tried to get into, played for more than an hour, and ended up just, not enjoying it all that much. I usually talk about, positive stuff in gaming. If you go and scroll my channel, you will see that most of the time, 99% of the time, I talk about games I enjoy, like you should play this game, oh, I found this hidden gem, you should try it. This is pretty much my channel. But then I thought I would just try something a bit different here and talk about those games that didn't grab me. It's not that they're bad games, by the way. They were just not for me. So enough of the intro rambling, let's start with the first game. So I'll probably get cancelled from the internet for this one, but I'm gonna start with Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is a 2D side-scroller Metroidvania game that fits all my interests. It's an indie game, it's a side-scroller, it's an action game, it's a Metroidvania. It's all things that I quite like in my favorite games of all time. You have Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, you have Grim Valor. So I love a good side scroller, and I have the proof here that I've spent quite a bit of time in Hollow Knight, even recorded the gameplay, never published it. It's been 2 years, but I don't like starting projects and not finishing them, so I keep those videos, but who knows if they'll ever be live one day. But I loved the music and atmosphere in Hollow Knight. It's fantastic. The problem is that I was somewhat bored, and I know I've read it all. Oh man, the game gets really amazing after 20 hours, and I'm like, man, there's so many games to play. I have so little free time. I'm working full-time as a librarian, and I'm doing this little YouTube thing as a hobby, and I'm playing games, and I have a family and a house to take care of, and I'm like, no, I don't want to be bored for 20 hours to get some kind of cool payoff. So yeah, it didn't vibe too much with me. Even the visual, I can give it that it's high quality, but it's not something that speaks to me that much. I suppose me not liking bugs so much is something that kind of turned me off of Hollow Knight. But yeah, Hollow Knight, played it for about 3 hours, really tried to like it, but it didn't work out. So I'm sorry to all the gaming community. Don't try to not cancel me. On the second one. So another big game, and it's Fallout 4. I've bought myself a year of PS Plus. It was on sale the other day. You could have a year for 30% off or something like that. And thought, hey, I just got my PS5 last spring, and it could be great to be able to try a bunch of games without, paying for every games. So I've been trying out a lot of games. Many games I haven't even played an hour, so I won't talk about those. But Fallout 4, I've played a good 2-3 hours maybe, and my big problem with Fallout is how boring that is. That's just crazy. And it did surprise me because I like the setting. I like, you know, those post-apocalyptic type of games. Usually, they speak to me quite a bit. And I on my PS3, and it must be like more than 10 years ago, but I really enjoyed Fallout 3. So I thought, hey, Fallout 4, it's kind of, you know, it's probably more of the same. And I feel that technically it kind of is, but I suppose I'm just not in that mood anymore. I'm not in that headspace where nowadays, no, you go back 15 years, I was a lot into those super long games. I was playing Oblivion, I was playing Tales of, JRPGs, Persona, all of those games that take 60 to 100 hours to complete, and that was my thing. Nowadays I'm more into give me action game, you know, make my brains go brrrr when I press button. This is what I want. So yeah, it didn't. The story was so boring, and I can already tell you how it ends. I don't want to spoil it if I get it right, but I'll do it. Just skip 20 seconds if you don't want to be spoiled on, well, possibly spoiled, because I don't know how it ends. But here's the deal. At the beginning of the game, your wife gets killed and somebody takes your baby away from you, and you wake up a long time after that, and what I believe is that, and you're searching for your baby, now probably grown up kid, and I'm pretty sure that the kid is now like the boss of, you know, the bad guys. This is what I think, and I thought it was incredibly boring. So yeah, no Fallout 4 for me. On to the next. This next one, probably most people won't know what it is, but it just dropped on PS Plus last month, and it's a side-scroller. It's an indie side-scroller. It's called After Us, and visually it kind of appealed to me. You know, post-apocalyptic thing. Gaia is sending you to restore the world. And yeah, I won't have a lot to say. I really wanted to like it, so I've played for a good hour, see how it was evolving, and sure, you got a few new things you could play with, but I don't know, I got into a place with some cars and it was super frustrating. I didn't like the music. I thought the music was you know, music and sound design didn't appeal to me at all, and the control, they were somewhat floaty, and that didn't work. This is all I have to say about that one. So sorry, After Us. I won't play you. Maybe after all I've played the game I like, I'll play you, but that won't be for now. I've tried Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. This is a series that I've been hearing about for a very long time. It's been running since early PS3 days, maybe even a bit before that, but I've never played a Ratchet and Clank game, and Rift Apart has been sold as the, you know, a good way to make you see how strong the PS5 is, and you know, I just, at the time I tried Ratchet and Clank, I just finished Kena Bridge of Spirits, which I wholeheartedly recommend. I've played it twice, back to back, because it's just so good. And it's a third-person action-adventure game reminiscent of Beyond Good and Evil or Star Fox Adventures, if you've ever heard of that. And I thought Ratchet and Clank had that action-adventure type of game, and I wanted more of that type of gameplay, so I thought, hey, that's gonna be great, it's on PS Plus. So started the game, a bunch of reference to past past exploits, exploits is not the right word, past, successes of Ratchet and Clank, and that I am absolutely not aware of. And then there's the bad guys coming that seems to be known from Ratchet, but I feel I should have played the other games before to really enjoy that one. The gameplay was fine, but I just felt so lost about the story. Even though I've read somewhere that you could start with this one, that they're all pretty, each game is its own thing. But yeah, I couldn't get into that one, mostly because of the story. Maybe the story's not that great, actually. Maybe that's just it. Maybe I felt I was not getting some references, but maybe it's not exactly that. Maybe just story didn't work with me. I made it pretty far, played for more than an hour, but yeah, it's not on my PS5 anymore. I've moved on to other thing. Right now I'm playing Sea of Stars, which is an indie JRPG from Quebec, where I live. And it so happened that I live very close to their studio, so maybe one of these days I could go visit. But I'm getting off topic here. Let's get back to the games. And we are on our last one, which is Resident Evil 2, the remake. It was on PS Plus, downloaded that on my PS5, and I was quite excited about this because I'm a pretty big fan of RE4 and RE7 and RE, the remaster on GameCube. Anyway, Resident Evil is a pretty good franchise for me, and so I was kind of excited to play that, and that aiming, man. That fucking aiming. Why? I'm used to my Resident Evil 4 aiming, where I aim and I shoot where I aimed. JTB is telling it way better than I could, so let's listen to what he's saying, and we'll come back.
This is one of my biggest kind of non-narrative complaints with the new Resident Evils, is that, like, they're artificially scary or difficult, because the only reason they are is because your character is just deliberately made shit. You're supposed to be playing Leon in RE4, for instance, supposed to be this amazing Secret Service agent, man. He's fucking wicked, and yet he has the aim of a fucking 90-year-old man with arthritis who's desperate for a piss.
That's harsh, but it's true. This is pretty much how I feel. And while I was playing RE2 Remake, apart for the aiming that I thought was kind of bad, I realized that I was not that much into going to a scary place, finding some objects to put into another objects, to open a door, to go into a new, somewhat scary place, to find a shower knob, to close the shower, to be able to go get some kind of other object, to open another door. I made it. I've left the police station by the underground passage, and after that I was, you know what, I'm gonna go play something else. And this is pretty much how it ended with the RE2 remake. I went and played Stellar Blade, I think. I really enjoyed Stellar Blade. But anyway, those were 5 games that I thought I'd loved, but quickly lost interest in. What are yours? Let me know if you have some similar example about this. But from me, that's all. That's all for now. Hope you've enjoyed. But now go do something else. Go play games. Bye bye.